Joining me now by phone is former FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole. I'm not sure if you were able to listen in to some of that eyewitness video, Mary, but it's very frightening to watch. We do know that the suspect, James Hodgkinson, has died, but how do investigators now start piecing together a motive to try and explain what happened today?
Sure. What the FBI will be doing is to approach this case in a multiple number of ways. So they will have the evidence response team, for example, that will be covering the scene itself and looking for all the forensic evidence. They'll be searching his car. They'll also be searching any rooms where he might have stayed while he was here in the D.C. area. We'll have another team from the St. Louis FBI field office that will be at his home and interviewing people and doing searches of his home. And then we'll have FBI agents who are experts in technology and social media, and they'll be going through all of that information. So really within the next 24 hours, you'll find the FBI coming forward and describing just how much they've learned about this person.
We're learning more about his background, his political leanings. He was very vocal on his Facebook profile. He was a bit of a progressive activist. How much weight does that carry, considering the targets, the seeming targets in this case?
Sure. All the pieces have to fit together before the FBI will come out and say what they believe motivated this person. But what the ideas and the themes, the comments that he espoused on his social media, his Facebook page, etc., that's going to be very important. But they'll also be talking to friends and people that know him to be able to corroborate those sentiments as well. But that becomes a big piece of the puzzle.
And what then becomes the goal in a situation where the suspect is already deceased? We know authorities are seeking search warrants for his vehicle. People have been talking to those who live near his home in Illinois, people saying that he hasn't been there in months. Whether this was a case of a political axe to grind or someone who is mentally unstable or both, what difference will it make?
Yes, that's very important. The first thing they have to establish is what's the full extent of his lethality. In other words, were there other people that he might have killed or injured that we're not aware of yet? Then the second thing is to establish whether or not there were people that helped him plan this or that conspired with him over and beyond what is just they saw a few things he was doing and thought it was unusual, but actually someone that actually helped him to carry this out by buying things for him or being aware of his plan and just not coming forward. So those are the two most important things. And then they do want to be able to understand how he developed and who would have been around him at the time to see his development of his plans, his ideation, and what can they tell us about that, and did they know so much and didn't come forward? That'll be addressed as well.
Now, we know he was in possession of an assault rifle as well as a handgun. Police reports from Illinois say he had a permit for some kind of weapon, but what will investigators be doing to track those guns and its ownership, and how easy or difficult will that be?
Well, it could be difficult, but hopefully he's registered those guns, and they'll be able to track them that way. My sense is that there are probably other weapons that he had access to, maybe not here in D.C., but back in Illinois. So they'll be looking for all of the history of his weapon ownership, and that includes the sale and the purchase of old guns and new guns. So that becomes extremely important to understand what he had access to.
And the most recent information we have from the hospital where Congressman Steve Scalise is being treated is that the congressman is in critical condition. So the victims of this continue to hang on and try and push through while being treated. Mary Ellen O'Toole, former FBI profiler, thanks for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you.